Hi everybody. Happy fucking New Year's and shit. What the hell am I drinking? I'm drinking a strawberry daiquiri. Shout outs to Meg. This one is the one with the it looks like a pug with fucking sunglasses and shit. Anyway, so yeah, yesterday was pretty cool. Thankfully, we had some important barbecue talks go down and critical hit. As far as the major players are concerned, we're all in the loop as to what's up. At the very least, the most important details, and everything else is just us keeping what we love going, which is fighting games. So, excuse me, what we're gonna do today is the only thing that's been keeping me, because I'm trying to stay within a level of personal investment where I don't obsess over the game, but I'm still performing up to my standards. And that's, I know that's weird and hard to accomplish or whatever, but I'm going to try to do it. Fuck it. So let's do some studying today, because I honestly feel the only thing keeping me from being from being someone who consistently takes weeklies and monthlies is just knowing the Chun matchup. There's one thing, and I know you fucking practice, Fro. I know you hate losing. Not even to me. I know you don't hate losing to me. I can pick Ken and we go back and forth and it is what it is and they're good matches and shit. But god damn it, Fro, I know you fucking hate losing to Necro. I know you hate losing to Necro. So you researched, and the one bit of technology that you pulled out that just completely, quite honestly, unraveled me. And for a stupid reason, but it still caught me so off guard. I'm like, oh shit, I don't know what to do now. Is that you started punishing my Stan Fierce's. It's that fucking long range heavy punch. That thing is unsafe, and you started punishing that with super, and that was a big thing because I got used to you not punishing that and me being like, okay, I can harass you from way further than you. But as soon as you have meter, I can't do that. And then the other thing too is if you block it, you gain meter, right? We both do, but the bottom line is you gain meter for blocking just as much, not as much as I do for attacking, but you still gain meter. And 1 bar of Electric Snake versus 1 bar of Hoyokusen, I think it's still weighted in Hoyokusen's favor, even though the Electric Snake mix-up can net you some nasty damage, nasty stun. So yeah, long story short, I'm kind of tired of losing to Chun-Li exclusively, and that's on me. That's on me for not doing research. Kudos to Fro for doing his research and picking up something that forces me to alter my approach and my game plan. So what we're going to do today is we're going to study. We're going to do a study session, and we're going to look at Sugiyama, because he is one of the standout Necros of all time in the history of the game, etc., etc. So we're going to look at Sugiyama playing a couple of different Chun-Lis, and we're just gonna learn together. We're gonna learn together, and if you learn how I learn, then perhaps that will help you learn Third Strike. So that's my speech. That's my 3-minute and 50-second speech. So let me shut the fuck up. Let's go ahead and start doing this shit. Let's go. Sorry, I'm still adjusting the volume. I'm getting used to this. Okay. So as soon as I see this on the character select screen, I immediately just know it's going to be a good time or a bad time. Ooh. Okay. So already, right there, at the start of the round, Chun-Li's almost, not speaking for every Chun-Li, but more often than not, Chun-Li's want to immediately do a button because their buttons are so good. But look what Sugiyama does immediately at the start of the round. He does the low throw, the half circle forward kick. And if Chun-Li had thrown out a stand fierce or a low forward, depending on the timing, it would have grabbed her. I can see why he did that, maybe also meter build. She might have been able to stand fierce him if she slightly delayed it. She could have popped him with a stand fierce if he slightly delayed it. But I can see I can kind of sort of understand why he would do that as an opening gambit, an opening move against a Chun-Li. So I'm gonna take note of that. So right now they're playing. Oops, sorry. They're playing footsies. They're playing spacing. Right there. So let's look at that spacing. Let's see how far away from Chun-Li that that jumping medium punch. Let's take a look at how far it is before it whiffs. Because that's something else that's really important, is to understand the range of your normals. So we're going to slow it down, and let's look at, oops, sorry. Yeah, autoplay. Fuck you, autoplay. So right there. So we can see that it's probably not the, I mean, look at that. It whiffed completely, so that means this right here doesn't have a hitbox or some shit. I mean, I'm sure people can get more technical than that. But it's already at the max. Jeez, okay. So look at that. And he tried to parry it. You can quite clearly see Chun tried to parry it on reaction. So that could be used to my advantage. If I can understand that, okay, I'm about this far. I'm about this far away. If I just straight up jump forward and do the... Well, even then, he's walking back. So I think I have to gauge it. It has to be kind of a distance between here and where the shadow ends. I would assume. I'd have to training mode that. But look at that. It whiffs, and here's the point about it. It whiffs, and what does he do? He tries to immediately push a button, and if I'm aware of that, I can do it as a bait. Whiff it, you push a button, and then that is easily whiff punishable. That right there, that fucking back fierce is a fierce button, like fierce as fuck, you know what I mean? But you can whiff punish that all day if you're just waiting for it, if you're patient. So that's one thing. Let's go back to normal play speed. Oops. Come on, YouTube. User error. Okay, so even then right there. Dive kick. I got used to Necro dive kick. So what happens here, and I noticed that Necro players, really upper echelon Necro players will do this. They'll do the dive kicks, excuse me, they'll do the they'll do the medium kick, dive kick. They'll do it at a height and at a spacing where the first hit will connect and then the second hit whiffs, and you can throw them, or you can hit them, or like Sugiyama tried here, you can low parry to punish. But look, the reason why he got popped there is because the second hit of the dive kick whiffed right here, and he tried to low parry, and Chun-Li did something that just was the opposite of what his read was. So after that dive kick, walk up parry, and he just got hit with the mid. So these are Chun-Li things. What happens here are Chun-Li things. I remember Fro saying once that I push buttons and people walk into them and I win. So kind of pay attention to that, right? Because that's important. He with the throw got hit, air to air. Right there. That's another example. Walking into buttons right here. Walking into buttons, right? Anti-air combo. So okay. So another thing that usually gets me is because I want to get in as Necro, I have to get in. If I get you up against the corner as Necro, it's fucking terrifying to defend against me for the most part. Unless I settle into a predictable rhythm or a predictable sequence, Necro is very scary in the corner because he can just get these fucked up resets and juggles and shit. So he just fucks you up in the corner. So the thing here is he gets a second anti-air side switch. But because you have to be so... Not that you have to be, but because like Necro requires you to get your damage by being in there, I get hit by wake up uppercuts and wake up spinning bird kicks. Within the context here, though, spinning bird kick, I get hit all the time. And we can quite clearly see it is a reversal spinning bird kick, but he stuffs it with a standing medium kick, which is interesting. Anti-air, side switch, meaty. It beats the spinning bird kick clean. Now the thing about that standing medium kick, that Necro standing medium kick, is that you can parry it both high and low. It has that property, that punishable property, where you can parry it in any direction, essentially. And so I have to keep that in mind. But look at that. I can stuff the spinning bird kick with that. Because I swear, I tried to do it with the back fierce. I tried to do it with the down back fierce, which is the elbow. And I get hit, I get sucked in. Or I try to throw, or I try to do a jab to turn around, punch. And I get hit by that spinning bird kick way too many fucking times. And so that's good to know. That's an option for me to consider. And then he had frame advantage after that. You can literally see where the Chun-Li reacts to you can literally see where Koshin reacts to his frame disadvantage and tries to do something, but Necro just pops him because he's at advantage because of the parry. Right here, you can clearly see that Koshin becomes very defensive because of the frame advantage here, and Sugiyama just pushes and takes advantage of it. So we're gonna get that standing medium kick right there. See, he tried. Sorry. Excuse me. Right there, he respected the frame advantage, which means Necro got that. Was that like 3 steps forward? 1, 2. No, it was he took a stutter step. So he gets a meaty wake up mix up, stuffs the bird kick with the standing medium kick, EX bird kick with standing medium kick, disadvantage, walk up, and then baited it. I see. Because he knows what Chun wants to do. Or at the very least, he knows what the general game plan of this Chun is, which is use a low forward, use the fierces. So that's interesting to note. That's really good to catch on to. When to take initiative. And then he just didn't do the combo. Necro things. He didn't do the combo. See if he can close it out. Yep. Good turnaround. Yep, good turnaround cancel. Oops, sorry. I actually did not mean to do that, sorry. So spacing. So here's the thing too, is that when you're playing against Chun-Li and you get popped by a Stand Fierce, her fucking Stand Fierce. I don't know about you guys, and that's because I've been playing this game for a while, a good while, and I've been around. Besides Fro and Jay and Goss and shit, I've been there since Jive was first here, and JD. I've shared a room with JD, and I've sparred against his Yun and shit before. And that being said, I noticed that at the very least, when I get hit by that fucking Stand Fierce right there, I eat like 2 or 3 of them in a row. And I notice a lot of people do that. So why is it that Sugiyama doesn't eat buttons after a Stand Fierce? Well, let's analyze that. Let's just look at the simple things he does. He gets clocked trying to walk forward. You can see it. He's moving, he's trying to position himself, and he gets clocked. And instead of trying to counter poke or trying to immediately parry again, because that's my thing right here. This specific situation, after eating a Stand Fierce from Chun-Li, this specific fucking frame right here, my pattern or my habit, which is bad, which has probably cost me losses in abundance that I can barely even comprehend, is that after I get hit by that, I keep walking forward, or I try to jump forward. Like, after I get hit by that, I treat it like, okay, so it's neutral, slightly negative-ish, maybe she's slightly positive. I mean, we can, you know what, since we're already here, let's do that. Let's look this up. Let's see. Here's the fucked up thing is that it's spacing dependent and shit too, but excuse me. But let's just look at it. I just clicked on Chun-Li because she's there. Alright. Standing normals. Where's that big dick button? Right here. Okay. That's a chunk of damage. Chunk of stun. Thank God. Thank God. Thank God, right? Thank God. All that stuff. It's not too broken. 8 frame startup. 6 frames on hit. Look at that. Right there. This is what you guys have to understand when you're playing against Chun-Li. Her most devastating buttons are not... It's not the stand fierce, and it's not the fucking... Where is it? The back fierce. Where is it? Whatever. Where she puts palm sword. Those are not her most devastating buttons. It's the fucking low medium kick and the jabs and a bunch of other random incidental buttons are actually her strongest points. But either way, look at here. That's 17 frames of recovery. So let's look at this in terms of Tekken even. Imagine if you had a move that's minus 17. How easy is that to punish, right? Fucking easy as fuck to get a 17 frame punish in Tekken. So here the difference is when this whiffs, you just have to be ready for it. Even if you're at the fucking little tippy tip right here where it barely whiffs, it's minus 17. Sorry, right here. It's minus 17. So you can punish that. Even with a fucking theoretically with a 10 frame super, you could still see that and pump the super on time and get it. Right here. Look at that. Everybody. This is critical. Minus 2. Now, here's the thing. Excuse me. But here's the thing. Spacing. If she gets you from the very little fucking tiny tippy tip of the little fucking index finger, that's the furthest reaching finger on that fist, at minus 2, you ain't gonna be able to do shit. She's slightly negative, but that doesn't mean you can really push too hard. So I learned something. Look at that. Standing fierce, minus 2. Neutral, that's the important shit right here. This right here, sorry. This right here, these two things here, sorry. My bad. These two things here are the most important. Minus 2 on block, neutral on hit. Right there. If you're standing and you get popped by it, sorry. If you're standing and you get popped by it, you are at neutral. Look at that. The more you know, right? Now, if you're hit, she's advantage. So, and then here's the meter build. 3-5, and then hit, she builds a chunk, and then the meter build that you get for parrying it, right? So that being said, she's plus 2 after clocking Sugiyama. Koshun is plus 2 after clocking Sugiyama with that stand fierce as he's trying to walk forward and position himself. So right there is plus 2. So what does Sugiyama do from that distance? He just takes it as an initiative to jump in, and the Chun-Li does some meter build. Perhaps, oh, you're going to dash forward? This buffer into super, because she has enough meter. If he tried to dash in and she buffered that into super, he would have eaten that super clean, which is what happens to me usually. I get hit by that stand fierce, and I get impatient, and I try to immediately dash fierce after. But look at that. Now I know she's 2, so don't do that. Alright? Don't walk forward after you get hit by that. And here's the other thing, too. Is that I've been, even this past Friday, I was experimenting with Necro dive kicks versus doing the delay, his like kind of laggy jumping roundhouse. And seeing Sugiyama do this is actually really encouraging to me, because this right here, this might not. Oops, sorry. This right here might not seem like much to people, but as a Necro player, I know what he's doing here. He faked the dive kick, which is why the Chun-Li did the back fierce. Oh, you're gonna do the dive kick. Catch you with the back. Oh, you're gonna do the dive kick over here. Oh, you're gonna dive kick right here, back fierce. But he doesn't do that. Oops, sorry, terrible. My bad. Right here. See? Doesn't do it, expects it, back fierce. And then, same thing there. Oops, sorry. Exact same thing there. He faked the dive kick. And right here, faked the dive kick. If he had done the dive kick, that standing fierce and Chun would have popped him. So I tried doing some of that yesterday at a critical hit at the arcade, but I wasn't doing it correctly. I kept trying to do the jumping roundhouse, that right there. I kept doing that from a range where they would parry it and I would get hit. And notice here, so myself as a Necro player, this distance from where the round starts, I can, yeah, I mean, they keep it about the same. He eats the fierce. So even before the spacing gets distracted by the spacing gets distracted by the hit stun and shit. Yeah, right here, this is about more or less where you start when slightly closer considering the jump, right? But my point being is that this is the spacing I need to do for my jumping roundhouse versus my faking the dive kicks. This right here. Because look, can't get anything. And looking at where he landed, I'm not sure if he could have gotten a low medium kick. Yeah, I'm not sure if he could have gotten a low medium kick. But that's why he low parried right there, see? Layers. Fucking layers of third strike. You can see that Sugiyama does a low parry after his jumping hard kick gets parried. Right there. Right there. Oops, sorry. Watch. Check this out. You can see it. Sugiyama knows what's going on, so I'm learning here. This is good. I'm glad we're doing this. Look, he low parries. See that? He low parries because he knows her go-to punish, because she has meter, is probably going to be the low medium kick. And look at that. Right here. You can see that low parry from Sugiyama. There. Excuse me. So that's good to know. I had the right idea, but I was just spacing it absolutely incorrectly and getting punished for no fucking reason. So let's keep going. Like right there. I know it's harder said than done. Oh, look at that double Necro sprite. That's interesting. I know it's harder said than done, but right. Case in point. Right there. That right there is minus 17. He could have supered him. He could have jabbed to supered. He could have standing. He could have done a couple things to punish that. Now here's the thing. In Tekken, well, not just in Tekken, but in any fighting game, obviously, you block the move. There is a block stun animation. There is block stuns. You know, a sound cue for the block stun, and that lets. And then of course there's the animations involved, and then you know to punish. And that's in any fighting game. But here the difference is it whiffs, and you're just not ready for it. But that's minus 17. This right here, that shit right here, that's minus 17. He could have popped that. So this is me Oh, sorry, me thinking out loud. So I'm guessing here he faked the dive kick? That's what I think he did, is that he instead of doing the dive kick, he did the medium to try to catch Chun off guard, but he just blocked it. Let's look at something here. See if it makes sense. See if this makes sense. Let's see what the frame advantage is on Necro's jumping medium punch. His jumping medium punch is what that move was right there. Dart strike Necro, of course. Let's go. Okay, so we're looking at his air normals, jumping normals. This bad boy right here, okay. No, 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 no. Look at that. It's 1 frame faster if you neutral jump. Ain't that some shit? So right here. Yeah, it's one of those weird things, like, depending on the spacing and the timing and blah, blah, blah. Excuse me, but you can see it's basically -8. If you do it very unsafe, it's like -8, depending up to +10. Wow, so if I do that very correctly, I can get up to +10 off that. Jeez, on block. But if I do it very shittily, I can get anywhere from -8 to +10. So that's pretty crazy. Then crouching hit, yeah. But on block, yeah. So basically, I'm going to go with -8. -8 is kind of the number to go to here. So, -8. Bam. Got fierce because he tried to walk forward after that. I think she tried to red parry that dive kick. I think that's what that was. So right here, I think she... Yeah. So she ate that second hit because she tried to red parry the dive kick, and then he just got the throw off that. So nothing too crazy about it. Back throw. Fucked up mix up. You didn't know which she didn't. So I gotta steal that. I gotta steal that right there. That's a tech roll mix up. What the fuck is he Necro doing? Sugiyama doing there against Chun? Let's see. So he gets a back throw after that failed red parry attempt. He tried to parry forward, actually. You can see it. Let me not go back to 5 seconds, but let me go back very slightly. He gets popped. Right there, you can see he tried to parry. Instead he got thrown. So dash up, dash up. Is that a super jump or is that a regular jump? It's hard to tell from initial glance. Looks like a regular jump. So after the back throw, dash up, jump. Okay, cool. So that's legit. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know against a Chun-Li. Let's keep going. Oop. Okay, scramble. Wow, so even Sugiyama just does that, because that's more consistent. Right there. Man, I swear to you guys, I went to, and I understand that Fightcade is not the best thing. I get it, right? But I use it because it's what I have. And I've been trying to do the fucking throw to down back fierce elbow reset. And it's kind of tricky to get consistently on Chun-Li, and I was wondering if it was just me being a piece of shit. But look at that right there. Even Sugiyama goes for just a safe shit. He tried to bait a throw. Right here, he tried to bait a throw. But the Chun-Li just disrespected and gave him a back fierce Suzuki. Mix up. That's a Sugiyama being a beast. Is he gonna get it? Yeah, we get the fancy combo. How much meter do you have to do that? So that's a full meter combo. Cool. Alright. So pretty much something I learned here is that of course the applause and shit, right? Because they know what's up. What I learned here is I had some ideas that synchronize with what Necro specialists are doing, but I'm just executing them incorrectly. I need to adjust my spacing and my timing so that faking the dive kick with the jump floating with that floating down jump roundhouse will throw people's timing off and space it where they just get the little tippy tip of the parry, and if they try to punish me, it's probably going to whiff. And then I can anticipate that with a buffered jab or a buffered button or a pre-programmed reaction to it. So interesting, cool. So that helps me out. Hopefully that helps everybody else out with understanding not necessarily the game or the Chun matchup, but how to research and how to do your shit, and how to, more importantly, how to stop losing to people that you hate losing to, because I think that's a big thing. It's like, oh god damn it, I lost to this motherfucker again. But yeah, that's it for today. I just want to look at one video. I know it's like half an hour, I'm sorry about that, but this is how I work and this is how I try to study the game and such. So like, share, and comment. Thank you guys. RGV, FGC, RGV, Third Strike, forever. Thank you guys. David Filth, keep it in mind.